Yeah. Oh, assuming we.
Well, it's going to be a wild fucking year this year. That thing you sent me yesterday, the AI dilemma. And I'll chuck it up. That freaked me out a little bit because that's mind reading.
That thing that I showed you. Maybe you can pull up the like a still frame of the clip, and then I'll just talk over it. Yeah. Basically, so what it is researchers have taken is it like MRI scans, like some sort of scan of the brain where they can watch the blood that's flowing through the brain, and what they're doing is they're recording what that looks like. So I think it's like
19.
Go forward a little bit. Keep going there. And okay, so what they're doing is they're recording what the image looks like of the human who's looking at a picture of a giraffe, and they are getting an AI model to take in that scan of the human brain, and it's getting it to learn to predict what image the human is looking at. And if you skip forward, after they've trained it, here's an example of what they ended up doing. They ended up successfully getting the AI. So take away the image, and the AI only looks at the human brain, and it's able to reconstruct a picture of a giraffe, and it's only seen the human brain, and then similarly,
but even the background,
the
greenery,
the blue sky,
shrub, the blue sky,
because that information's all there in their brain, right? It's all there, and it's and there's a few things like that are similar. So they've also got the AI to reconstruct sentences you're forming in your head, and they have gotten humans to sing songs in their head, and like singing like Seven Nation Army, dun 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 dun, and then it reconstructs Seven Nation Army, and it's
oh shit. What did I do there? Oh, because I accidentally pressed this.
No, all good. That's it. Goes to show, like, you know, as long as there are patterns and there is data, AI can figure out anything from that data, you know, beyond what humans can comprehend, because once the AI, like once you've given it a bunch of examples, they see images like this human brain. It's just another language, right? And and
it can do it with video as well.
I believe so. This was 2 years ago, so by now definitely they could do it with video. That's
insane.
Yeah, by now
it's that. And you said something about, was it you that said something about they can implement this with dreams?
Well, that's the idea. That
some Inception shit.
I think they might have mentioned that in this YouTube video.
Yeah.
Everyone should definitely go and watch this, by the way.
It's called The AIs. I haven't seen it. I'm going to watch it after this.
Yeah.
But I just skimmed through it when you sent it to me last night.
It's one of the most important YouTube videos we can watch right now as a civilization, is the AI dilemma.
It's the same creator as The Social Dilemma?
The Social Dilemma.
Same people.
Same guys. Yeah. And basically, we're able to put like what are those brain scanners where they like put little pads on your head, and they can, you know, put that, and they can reconstruct things. So if you're sleeping, they can just put that on you and see what are you looking at in your dreams, right? It's pretty
fucking weird.
It's pretty crazy, but pretty awesome at the same time. Like imagine like. In the future, you can go and purchase this thing, and you can put it on your head, and you can, you know, if you're, let's say you forget your dreams and you want to like see what they were like, or you had a crazy dream and you can't remember all the details, so then you're like, here, let's watch the video together, and you can, you know, go and show your mate. Like,
see, as scary as that is, it's also like a brilliant tool for, say, psychiatrists in the future, trauma therapy. What the fuck, like, delving into memories that you've just thrown away and just things like that. Mm-hmm. That has a good implication to it.
Absolutely.
But it could also be used for like ridiculous like shit. Like Facebook could use it to get more into your algorithm.
Prisoners trying to extract information from there.
That's another thing. Like
that's what's going to happen.
And it'll mostly probably be like captured soldiers, or like just like the justice system will probably use it.
Yeah.
But I imagine it'll be used for some sort of algorithmic gain as well for social medias.
Exactly. Yeah. They can they can lock you in this thing, and your brain will talk by itself at night. You know what I mean? Or they can, you can ask them questions, and there's going to be a whole science related to like how do you ask someone a question, not so that they're going to respond and tell you the answer, but how do you ask a question to someone such that their brain will think of the answer, and the way to protect yourself from this, there'll be whole training schools of people. If you're like if you're a spy, for example, and you're gonna Russia and you're working for the CIA, like there's probably going to be whole training regimes in the future of people learning how to learn to be immune to this type of thing where people asking you questions and you learn to not think about right. So it's not about not saying it, you learning to not like it's a crazy world.
Yeah, that's probably not even the most that's probably not even the craziest thing, because like you said, that was 2 years ago.
That was 2 years ago, yeah, and it's going to take a little bit for that to start to go crazy, but it took 6 years from the inception of the transformer to eventually GPT getting it. It takes a little bit of time for a company to grab it and then really throw some money at it, but it's coming at some point. Yeah.
If anyone hasn't, a lot of people wouldn't have seen it, but that episode on Joe Rogan with Azza Raskin and Tristan Harris, those two dudes, I don't know if it's them directly or if they're just helping with the project, or if one of them's doing the project, where they're trying to translate animal speech.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Because, and like especially with dolphins, they figured out with dolphins that when they communicate, say a dolphin learns a trick, they can communicate in a way where the dolphin it's communicating with will learn the trick just by its communication.
Yeah.
They won't have to practice it. It's almost like group learning.
Yeah.
It's like they're and whales, dolphins and whales. I don't know if it's specifically a specific whale, if it's like an orca maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, there's like a closer
it might be orcas have like extremely complex language that's way more complex than ours, because they can learn from just speaking, but physically learn just from speaking. And they've noticed I'm totally butchering this, so just go watch the episode, but they've noticed patterns in their calls and their speech. They've noticed like language patterns that they're trying to decipher now, which is fucking crazy.
It is crazy, and it's if we can scan a brain and then reconstruct an image of a giraffe, we can definitely
do that with an animal.
That's just a no-brainer, right? I imagine being able to chat to your dog.
Oh my god, that would be such a game changer.
Like that'll be crazy, right? It's
if you could put a little helmet on your dog, and you had it could speak to you.
What I think this is the beginning, right? It's obvious to us that whales and dolphins can speak because we can like feel and hear their squeaks, right?
You can see the emotion in them as well.
You can see the emotion. But what's going to be crazy though is there are tons of other animals and insects that communicate. Bees have like this send out chemicals, right? Imagine if we can read the chemicals and understand what message they're sending out now, and we can like translate them. Or
ants.
Or even crazier, there are some plants that that could communicate with signals and pulses. I know that the flycatcher plant it uses like an electrical signal to know whether or not a fly has landed that will trigger. And like maybe there's some sort of communication with plants that are happening through, just like Avatar style, like
there is
chatting through the roots of the trees kind of thing.
A lot of, I don't know which type of plant or if it's all plants, but certain plants will change their flavor profile if they're getting eaten.
Yeah.
Like if the plant's getting eaten by an animal, that plant will send like a little signal to all the other plants, and they'll change their flavor profile so it's not as appetizing to the animal that's eating them all.
I didn't know that at all. That's crazy. Like plants are crazy.
Plants and fungi have like a really
fungi.
They have a crazy like just system of how it works. Like they're not sentient, but like
there's definitely some sort of like communication between them, and it's like it could be electrical pulses. Like we're not. I say I'm not sure, but I'm sure that the experts understand the general principles of what's happening there. But if this is where we are with communication, getting AI to learn to translate and learn what the communication is with dolphins and with whales, then the future. Like I'm trying to project of like what's a crazy thing that I can't imagine right now. It could be we could learn to understand what is being communicated with ant colonies, or learn to actually get like a translation into English, like what is a fungus's signals it's sending out, or what is that plant, like what, like some sort of translation, like we could use AI to figure out and learn to not learn to communicate with the fungi, but have it as like a one-way communication where we can understand what they're saying. Like
once monkeys start talking and shit, it's going to be crazy.
Yeah, well,
monkeys would definitely have some sort of sophisticated language.
Orangutans, very very smart. Yeah, they're all like they can do a lot of crazy stuff. They already communicate, and tons of orangutans and chimps have already been taught how to learn to
use tools,
use sign language. They can communicate with us with sign language. Right. So like they can do it, but I guess because they've never really developed through evolution the complex sounds you can make with your mouth, and maybe it's quite straining for them to try and do that, and like the part of the brain that would control the different sounds, maybe that isn't developed enough. So like we haven't gotten them to like speak anything yet, but yeah, who knows?